What's going on, guys? This is Induced Rhino here, finally here for my first ever commentary in Project Cars. So yes, I was planning on doing a Project Cars commentary like ages ago, but I was just too lazy and I slightly preferred Forza Horizon 2, even though it's older. And yes, we did make like a few videos on the Project Cars test laps, like 3 or 4 of them I believe, but they didn't go so well, and I believe we deleted one or two of them, and I believe we did delete one or two of them, and I believe we have only 1 or 2 of those videos left on the test lap, which are both in the exact same car, the Pagani Huayra. So if there's just one test lap video left, on my channel, it'll either be on the Pagani Huayra around Asia coast, or the Pagani Huayra around across California highway. But if I've got 2 of those Project Car test lap videos left, it'll be both those 2, the Pagani Huayra around both Asia coast and across California highway. So anyway, to start our first ever commentary series in Project Cars, well, we're just gonna maybe do 3 or 4 of these videos, just sort of comparing like just 2 cars that probably not cars that you compare in real life that aren't that similar, but cars you would compare in this game. So it's just like in Forza Horizon 2, we did the car comparison series, except we're not doing it with 3 cars, we're just doing it with 2 cars that might be the same category and might be similar to, and both are really good cars. So yes, in this video we're just going to start with 2 cars that you wouldn't really compare in real life, and that is, yes, you guessed it, that is the Pagani Huayra. So here we have it here, the Pagani Huayra and the McLaren P1. So yes, I know you probably wouldn't compare these 2 cars in real life, but you would, if these were the only, because in Forza Horizon 2, these 2 are hypercars, and if these 2 were the only hypercars in Forza Horizon 2, you would compare them. But they're not the only 2 hypercars in Forza Horizon 2, and this is not Forza Horizon 2. So yes, this is my Pagani Huayra, I got it. So yes, let's take a look at the stats. So we got a top speed of 231 miles per hour, 720 horsepower, which is the same amount of horsepower, I believe, that it says in Forza Horizon 2, 0 to 100 in 3.3 seconds. Yes, it says 3.29 seconds, but I just rounded up to the closest tenth. 0 to 100 in 2.6 seconds. We got 3,150 pounds of weight, 722 pound-foot of torque, so the exact same amount of power and torque, and 2.80 wheelbase. So what are we doing? Sorry, we just clicked the wrong setting. We're just going to have a quick look around it. Even though, we might as well not do this because we're going to take a look around it on the track. But still, we're just going to just take one lap around the looks and the top. Yes, we have got the orangey, we have got the maroon leather trimming inside, which I just like about the Pagani Huayra. So I'm just not sure about when the interior is just all black. I'm just not so sure about that. So now we can go on the track, and here we are at Mount Panorama, Bathurst, Australia. Yeah, and I chose this track because it's just a really good track, probably, if you don't agree with me, suitable for the Pagani Huayra, even though it's not an Australian car, it's an Italian car with a German engine, but I just really like that track. I really do. So here we are in the Pagani Huayra. It's just automatically driving for me at 50 miles per hour. One more lap around the looks again, because I just really like the look of this car in blue, and I think the colour kind of suits the track. Okay, so we'll stop right there. Go into, can we look at there, or can we go in photo mode? This is a bit embarrassing, I have no idea if there is a photo mode. But anyway, we'll just look at it here. So we got the 4 square-shaped exhaust pipes, and the triple tail lights there, and the number plate. So yeah, why not? We'll just go in photo mode. So yeah, just as I said, got those awesome looking exhaust pipes back there. Just really cool, just blending in with that. Just blending in with that black glass roof, with that black roof. Just really blends in, and those 3 tail lights, the way they are, just really blend in too. I prefer them than on the Zonda, of course. I just really like it. And yeah, we've got the Huayra badge also back there. So the side, not really much to say about the side. It's got a sort of flat side, smoothened, really smooth. I just like that side. Just like the side the Pagani Huayra, Zonda. And here we are. I'm not sure how to zoom in, but you can see the rims just look awesome. Just the way the rims are curved just look really cool, and the way they're made out just looks really good. Oh yes, I did set this track to be on the same time and same weather as where I am, and yes, as you can see, it is cloudy. It's also cloudy for where I am, for me. So yeah. And the front, got that nice... Not sure what I can say about the front looking close up, because just the look at that grin, but I like those 2 headlights, just like on the Pagani Zonda. And those flaps at the front, I like those. And like I said in Forza Horizon 2, the only thing I didn't like about the front was not just the front bonnet, just like, not the front grille, but just those rear view mirrors, the way they stick out. And when you look at the top, like on the LaFerrari, looks like the top of a helicopter. So I got really good. Sounds really good, guys. And yes, I have turned the sound of the engine down to 20%, because last time I tried to make a project car video, I tried to make a project car commentary like a month ago, but it failed, and because the engine was too loud for my voice, so it just didn't bother. And that was a pretty loud crash, because I just remembered I had the crash sound on 50%, but the engine noise on 20%. So that does not really mix. But I will change it on the next episode if it is annoying. Well, I haven't even crashed much yet, because I'm just going up the mountain. So, I just love the way the fire comes out of that exhaust. It does not come out like that in Forza Horizon 2, because not that realistic. So, just, what's with this driving? It's not the Pagani Huayra. I'm not going to blame the car. I'm going to blame me for the engine setting, changing the crash settings, and the way I'm driving. And I just love that look of the interior. The dials, the steering wheel, everything. Every single touch of the interior. And it just looks even better when you've got that maroney chocolate colour. All of it. Yes, there are 3 colours you can get the interior in, but it depends what colour you have the exterior. Like, if you have the exterior in red, you have the interior in black. And if you have it in green, silver, and blue, I believe, and maybe a couple of others, you have it in chocolate colour. But when you have it in... You can also have it in red in a certain colour. I believe it's yellow, I'm not sure. So, now look, excuse my language there. Driving terribly. But, yeah, and a look at that screen, just the sat-nav really suits the aluminium part of the center. The aluminium part. Just, yeah, we'll just, okay. We'll just get out there. And we'll move on to the next car, the McLaren P1. And we're going to choose a more suitable track. Maybe a British track, maybe, yeah, Spa. Spa, why not? Because that's Spa, because A, it's more suitable there. It's more suitable for there. B, the track's more suitable for the car. And B, it's the same track where Jeremy Clarkson tested this car. Yeah. And C, it's slightly bigger for a car that maybe goes tiny bit faster. Oh, we didn't look. We didn't look at the stats. Dang it. Oh, well. It doesn't really matter. So, just wait for this to load, and we'll do the exact same thing we did on the Pagani Huayra. Take a look at it, then take it for one lap around the track. So, why isn't this working? Oh, here we go. It just wasn't working, I swear. I was trying to press drive, but it just wouldn't work. So, one lap around the looks. On the top, just like on the Pagani Huayra, and the LaFerrari got the roof part just like the top of a helicopter. Sorry about that. So, get on the track. When we get on the track, we'll immediately stop. We'll stop right there. Perfect. Get into photo mode. I'm still quite bad at commentaries. But anyway, we've looked at this car 3 times in the hypercar test run series, the car comparison series, and now this one. So we don't really get into too much detail, but you still got that banana shaped wing, that great looking wing, the smiling back, the smiling rear bottom, the smiling rear end, I should say, instead of bottom. That just sounds weird. But anyway, moving on to the side, so we got that nice, I've just figured out how to zoom in. I could have done that in the Pagani Huayra. Silly me. So, looking at the top, again, we already looked at the top, but still, going to the rims. The rims just look nice and dark, and I guess it really suits the black part of the side, and the roof, the thick black glass on the roof, I believe it's glass, and the front, that nice smiling, grinning, cheeky look at the front. And the headlights, of course, we all know the headlights on this and the McLaren 650S are the same shape as the McLaren logo. But no, not so much the same shape on the 12C, and definitely not the same shape on the old F1. They're just the old square headlights. But when you look at the top, you sort of get, like you get on the Pagani Huayra and LaFerrari, and you get the McLaren badge and the engine at the very back. The interior, we got a nice British look on the interior. Oh, we were just moving 1 mile. So, probably the colour not as impressive. The colour and probably the interior is slightly not as impressive as the Pagani Huayra. Definitely not as good for colour. But it's just, at least you get a British look instead of a more European look. Yeah, I know Britain is European, but to me, I feel that Britain and Europe are separate, because Britain speak a different language, separate from the Europe part, the Eurasian continent, because it's just an island, like Iceland or Greenland or Australia. I just like to feel they're separate, Europe and Britain, because this has a more British look than a European look, even though Britain is part of Europe. But just not very much. You get quite a bigger steering wheel, not as good looking as the steering wheel on the Pagani Huayra. Looks like just kind of a simple looking steering wheel compared to the Pagani Huayra, just the aluminium and chocolate colour on the steering wheel, and the buttons on it just look really nice. It really did. But you get that nice big dashboard in front of you. I really like that. I do prefer that than the dials on the Pagani Huayra, because the dials are just getting old on cars these days. Well, not really, but just, you know what I mean. And we get a sort of rectangular sat-nav screen, unlike on the Pagani Huayra. And the way it drives, I just said the way, I was just about to say the way it drives until I just kind of spun out. How weird. But yeah, the way it drives has probably just the same amount of grip and handling as the Pagani Huayra. But yeah, it drives really well. So now we can drive from the exterior now, because this is what I like doing. Like, after I reach the first when I'm in the first sector of the track, I like to just be in cockpit view, driver's view, driver's seat view. After the second sector, I like to be in the entire interior, so both cockpit and passenger view, right in the middle of the back, right in the middle where you can see both the passenger side and the driver's part. And then after the third sector, just driving the exterior. So, and it does sound really good. It really does. But maybe I do slightly prefer the sound of the Pagani Huayra, because you don't get that sort of Pagani Huayra, you got that sort of aeroplane Spitfire noise, because the engine, of course, is German. The engine is AMG, because the engine of the Pagani Huayra and Zonda is made by German. But this is just both a British car and British engine, so it doesn't sound as good as the Pagani Huayra. So I've always loved German engines, especially when they have that German Spitfire noise like on the Pagani Huayra. And I just really love AMG, and I love BMW M Motorsport. So yeah, that pretty much wraps up the video. Not a very good commentary, but still, my first commentary in Project Cars. So if you did enjoy this video, leave a like, and if you really enjoyed it, maybe even subscribe. If you want to see more videos like this, and more videos of Forza Horizon 2, and videos of Forza 6 when it comes out. Really excited for that. And you should be too. And maybe even leave a comment, show some feedback. What other two cars you want me to compare? I'm thinking of doing probably the BAC Mono versus Ariel Atom 500 V8. See what you think about that for an idea. But anyway, once again, thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, I should see you in the next video. And I'm out. Bye-bye.